Shalom, 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 and welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, one of the #1 platforms where what? You don't get no paid media, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, family, you guys see the title, right? Today we got to talk about Keefe D, right? Okay, and the bond situation with with the courts granting him a bond for $750,000. Okay, this just broke yesterday. We're going to get into the article, right? Now we're going to go through this article, and I'm going to explain to you, and I'm going to show you why they gave him the bond. The other thing is, I pose a question right here: did Keefe D really kill Tupac Shakur? Okay. Now, last year I watched all of the Art of the Dialogue, Bomb First, Vlad TV, all these interviews where they interviewed all of these people surrounding Tupac Shakur. Okay. We even have Vlad TV coming out talking about that he solved the case. Okay. Now, the file came across my desk last year. But if you guys notice, I was kind of covering the wars and stuff that's going on over in modern day Israel. So the first thing that I want you guys to understand, okay, before we get into this article, Keefe D did not kill Tupac Shakur. Orlando Anderson did not kill Tupac Shakur. Okay. Puffy had nothing to do with the death of Tupac Shakur. What people got to understand, and it's crazy that all of these people are sitting down watching all of these interviews and everybody's running around like they clueless. Suge Knight killed Tupac Shakur. Okay. Let me say that again. Suge Knight, with the help of Reggie Wright, okay, and other powers to be, killed Tupac Shakur. Allegedly. Okay. Let's put that out there. What people have to understand with this Tupac Shakur case is that it's never going to be solved because the death of Tupac Shakur exposes the biggest corruption within the federal government and also within the LAPD. Okay. The biggest corruption ever. This is why it's never going to get solved. Okay. Because in order to solve the case, the federal government and all of these people would have to be drawn in, and these people will be going to jail, and they're not going to jail for Tupac Shakur. Okay, this is what people have to understand, so they can do a million interviews. Woo, woo, woo. This is what it is. And if I get 1,000 likes on this video, I will drop the video. I have all the clips from all the interviews, everything that I need to patch everything together to show you that Keefe D did not have anything to do with the death of Tupac Shakur. Now, why is Keefe D locked up? Okay. Now let's get into the article, right? Let's get this added in. Okay. Now this article. Okay. Now, real quick, family, before we get into this, right? YouTube is hating on my channel, right? And they hating big time. Make sure you guys share this video. They're unsubbing people and all type of stuff, man. Playing all type of games. You know what I'm saying? This is how serious this stuff is over here. You know what I'm saying? Playing with the numbers. It's all type of people that's watching. So make sure you guys share this video. Okay. Make sure y'all have all y'all notifications and everything turned on so that when the videos come, you guys can catch them. Right now, let's get into this article. So breaking yesterday, right? Here's an article dropped by what is this? Channel 7 or Channel 8 or something like that. Local news. But anyway, this was dropped yesterday. It says a Clark County judge set the bail at $750,000 Tuesday for former gang member and suspect in 1996 killing of rap icon Tupac Shakur. Okay. It says Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, 60s, whom a grand jury indicted for murder, was arrested in September and has remained in Clark County Detention Center since then. The public defenders representing him filed paperwork in December asking the judge to release him on bail. Now, listen to this, family. This is what I want you guys to look at, and this is what we're going to zero in on, because this is how we know that Keefe D is not going to do any time for the murder of Tupac Shakur, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to show you exactly why they're targeting him. It says the public defender wrote in documents that Davis was not a danger to the community or a flight risk and shouldn't be not denied bail. His lawyers say statements Davis made about Shakur's murder were for entertainment purposes. Okay. Okay. Entertainment purposes, right? Entertainment purposes is what the lawyers is claiming now, right? And this is how he's going to beat this case, because he's just going to say, oh, it was all entertainment. What you guys got to understand, the reason why they're targeting Keefe D is because he's monetizing off this fake story with Tupac Shakur, and they don't like it because they actually know who killed Tupac. Why do you think Reggie Wright and all these people were mad? And if you go watch the Vlad TV where Keefe D was talking about that, it's because they know that this guy is nothing more than a fall guy, because they need some face to put it on. But the only problem is he went and monetized off of it, and they want that money back. Okay? They want the money back. This is what's going on. You done dropped a book. You done did all of this stuff. You're doing interviews. You're going all around the world doing these interviews and stuff. And the government say, cut us in, I'll cut it out. Okay. This is what's going on. This is why they finna get this money out. Now, he want to get out. He's going to have to drop that money to get out. And 9 times out of 10, he's going to drop the money. He's going to get out of here. Right now, let's break this Keefe D guy down so you guys can really understand what's going on. Keefe D was not in that car when Tupac was killed. Okay. He was not in that car. Okay. The people that killed Tupac Shakur was law enforcement. Okay. Allegedly. Let's put that allegedly out there. That's who killed Tupac. What you guys got to understand, just go back in the story. Keefe D tells you exactly what's going on here. See, what people got to understand is that Suge Knight was a peon. Okay. He was a peon. And I just got to break this down so people can understand. Suge Knight was just the face of Death Row. When Death Row first got started, he did not put the money up for Death Row. Okay. They've already told us this. They first initially, okay, this is why you got to watch the videos. Freeway, Ricky Ross, all of these people, they all are connected into this, right? Keefe D, they came to him first. Remember, he told you in the interview, they came to me and wanted me to be the face of it. We got to understand that at that point in time, I'm talking about right now, okay, at that point in time, Keefe D was a big dog, okay? He was a big dog. And if you go watch the interview, he tell you how he was moving all of these kilos of cocaine and this and that. His big homie, the guy he was under, was the one that put the money up for the Death Row thing to go down. This is why when Suge Knight and Harry O and all this stuff got into it, remember he was saying, well, what I'm paying you for? You didn't put the money up. You just on some middleman stuff is basically what he was saying. So Keefe D, big homie, put the money up. Keefe D and Suge Knight were cool. This is why when Suge Knight just recently came out and said, well, no, I'm not going to, I want to testify on Keefe. It's because he know Keefe D had nothing to do with it. If Keefe D now, family, ask yourself this. Why didn't they ride and put any work and get none of these people out the way when they know that if they know that Tupac now whooped this, I mean, not Tupac, but the Death Row guy got his chain took. They knew who it was. Keefe D said that he knew about it. So why didn't he just call Suge? They all was in business together. Damn near. It's because he didn't, it's because he had nothing to do with that. From that aspect, he wasn't in that car when all of that stuff went down. He's monetizing off of it. This is why he's in trouble. Whatever deal he worked with the government, when he got caught up what he was doing, he violated. And now they want that money back. Okay. He had nothing to do with that. The people that killed Tupac was the police. Look at the car. Those was professional shooters that shot that car up and killed Tupac. Okay. And people say, well, because Suge Knight has to be in the car. He has to be in the car. You see what I'm saying? He has to be in the car when everything go down, because if he's not in the car, then they're going to say, well, he had something to do with it. But like I said, I have the whole breakdown on that. My goal, family, is I want 1,000 likes on this video and I will break this stuff down. You know what I'm saying? Even the guy that recently came out, He tells us how Tupac was dead on the scene. These people did some magic and magician stuff, made it seem like the man was still alive when he was dead on the scene. Now, the police that was on the scene that just came out told you that he was dead already on the scene. He said none of this stuff that Suge Knight was talking about. He talked to Tupac and this and that. He said the last thing that Tupac said was "fuck you" and "grab his nuts," and that's the last thing he said. He said he never woke up. He never talked. He told you exactly what they did when they took him to that Las Vegas hospital. He was already dead, and they brought him back to life and gave him a little heartbeat, how they do with the life support to make it seem like he was still alive, but he was already dead. And the officer just came out on Art of Dialogue and told y'all that. So the question we have to ask ourselves is that if the man was dead on the scene, then why would the hospital and the doctors and all these people come out and lie? This helps you to understand that if they got to do that, that all of these people are involved. There was people that came out and spoke about how when he died, how they, you know what I'm saying, how they did it. All of these people were involved in this. This is how you know how high up the food chain that it go, and that is not just some game fighting. You know what I'm saying? Also, like I said, y'all share this video and get it out there. I will drop it. Ask yourself this, right? What does MGM have to do with the death of Tupac? What does MGM have to do with the death of Tupac? Okay. Y'all saying, Big Light, what you talking about? Well, we've all saw the footage. One of the things we've never, ever, ever saw. Listen to me, family. One of the things we have never, ever, ever saw was Tupac in that MGM swinging on Orlando Anderson. We've never saw that. You know what they did? They showed this picture with Tupac riled up, moving through the casino, and it looked like he got a mob of people behind him. But you never see Tupac hit Orlando Anderson. If you watch the camera, and I've got all this recorded in case they try to remove it off the internet. If you look at the camera, you can see how they clip the camera, and they never show you when the incident first happened. And when they go to the thing, it looked like Tupac was like pushed back somewhere like that. We never ever saw Tupac pull up with that mob and fire on Orlando Anderson. We've never saw that. I've never saw that. So then the question we got to ask ourselves is, what bone does the MGM have in the death of Tupac Shakur? Ask yourself that. We've never saw that. Where's the footage at? It's not there. It doesn't exist. Okay. All of that stuff was staged. Okay. Because they need an alibi. What people got to understand, Death Row was already in trouble before Tupac got there. Okay. Let's break this down and let's understand this. The feds was already on Death Row before Tupac even got there. Okay. They knew that Death Row had been started by drug money. They know this. The lawyer for Harry O that basically worked all the deal and put all this stuff together, they know that the stuff came from drug money. So the question we got to ask ourselves is, why was there never any racketeering charges or no RICOs for Suge Knight and Death Row? It's because all of that stuff was foul. The government, listen to this. The government put an undercover agent with Death Row. They didn't even know at the time. This is how crazy this stuff is, right? We heard Napoleon, right? This same security officer that was a federal agent. Listen to me. The same guy that was a federal agent. We've all heard the story how Gaddafi went to the House of Blues, right? He got caught with the blick. When they caught him with the blick, Reggie Wright supposedly spoke to the guy and got the gun and all of this other stuff. But I forget the guy's name right off the head right now. But he tells us that he got that gun, right? And he took it to the federal government. The federal government ran that gun to see if that gun was clean or dirty, and then gave it back to him. And he claimed he gave it to Reggie Wright. And Reggie Wright said he was going to turn it in to his father. Now, according to Reggie Wright, he threw the gun in the ocean and all this other stuff. Do y'all understand the level of corruption? So the federal government is going to take this gun run everything on it to make sure it was clean, and then gave the gun back to him. That's corruption, family. Okay. Now, that same agent, that FBI agent, they done silenced him now. But when this first went down, he said that 40 Glock is the same gun that killed Tupac, that he gave back to him. The same gun he took from Gaddafi was the same gun that killed Tupac. And he told Reggie Wright, come take a lie detector test. And he was firm about that. Okay. And then they silenced him because you got to understand it's corruption. How can the federal government, why they didn't lock these people up? Also, Napoleon the recent came out and spoke and told y'all how this same federal agent was selling them guns. This is entrapment. Do y'all understand how deep this stuff go? Tupac was in over his head. He was a shark swimming with orcas. You see what I'm saying? You see how they put out the movies about Jaws and the great whites, but what people don't understand, a lot of people don't realize, those orcas eat those sharks for breakfast. They would get a great white up out of here. Them killer whales, they don't play. Tupac was in over his head. He was swimming with some people. Now, don't get me wrong. When he came to death row, they clouded him all the way up. For sure. And that's when they saw, oh man, people really love Tupac. You know what I'm saying? And there's no way they was finna let him go after that. You got to remember, Dre was gone. Snoop was just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Once Pac came there, the limelight was on Pac. It was Pac. They weren't finna let Pac go. And they was screwing him out the money. And you know, we done saw how he wasn't even really technically signed to death row. Like this whole situation is crazy. And all of these people are in on it. And it all boils down to money. Okay. Suge Knight is going to keep running this same script, but he know at the end of the day what was going on. Pac even said it. Listen, riddle me this, family. Gaddafi got killed, right? We know that he saw the person because he was in the car with the guy Alexander, right? Frank Alexander, right? They saw the shooter, okay? Put the arm out the window. There's a guy that was just on Art of Dialogue. Man, I forget his name. But he spoke about how when he came to the hospital, right? And he said he spoke with Gaddafi now and asked them what did he see. And he told them. The other thing is we know that Gaddafi told the outlaws what he saw. Napoleon, all of these people, we know he told them that. Why wouldn't he tell them? These the guys. Why they ain't do no slide? Because they know that it was not Orlando Anderson. They could have been touched Orlando. And this is why even Suge Knight know this. This is why Suge Knight keep telling y'all Orlando is not the shooter. And Keefe D didn't have nothing to do with it. If it was, they would have touched it. Why couldn't he reach out and touch them? It's simple as that, because they know. Okay. And like I said, I can go more in depth on this, and I got the receipts, and family, this stuff is so crazy that it's just, man, look, fam, people got to understand how deep this is. Suge Knight had the police as his security, the LAPD, corruption. And then you had the federal government. Family, this thing run deep. And this is why Suge Knight is sitting in jail right now, because he know, okay? Notice how ever since Tupac died that night, what has happened to Suge Knight? He been in jail and wrapped up ever since, okay? And he's never going to get back, because once again, the money man was not Suge Knight, okay? He was just the face and trying to find ways to get money, because you got to understand, when people put money up, they have to be paid. So you get what's left after that. Remember Suge said that, I believe it was 96. He said that Death Row made over $1 billion in revenue. That's a lot of money in 96. So a lot of people had to get paid out of that, and you get what's left. Now, I'm pretty sure he might have something stashed somewhere or something like that, but that was Suge Knight whole thing. He had to get money out of the situation because he was just the front man. He was just the face. So at the end of the day, fam, this guy, Keefe D, did not kill Tupac. We've listened to his story online. It does not make any sense. You would have to be Superman. I mean, it's somehow to Hollywood. Like the lawyer said, it's just entertainment. It's not real. You see what I'm saying? And why would somebody come out and even speak on this if they actually did it? Who does that? You would have to be the dumbest criminal in the world to come out and say, yeah, I did this. And they know this. They're after him for monetizing off the death of Tupac. And he did not kill Tupac. Okay. And I'm going to just say it just like that. You know what I'm saying? Go back and check the credits. Listen to the interviews. Okay. They tell you. So, man, family, it's crazy, man. Okay. Oh, man, y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Shout out to soldier, Asiatic soldier. Shout out to Tamiki. Man, I'm sorry. I know I'm probably chopping your name up wrong. Tomikio, if I'm saying that correct. Apologize in the head. I mean ahead. So turn the volume up. Shout out to you. Um, Jessica Marshall. Yes, they saw how he left the East Coast and they still loved him. He left Dre and they still loved him. So they knew Tupac wasn't going to be good without slimy ass Death Row. Well, the thing you guys got to understand about Death Row, if Tupac would have left, and they already said he was leaving Death Row, he asked for the audit. This has already been proved. They know Tupac found out that they was robbing him. They knew he was leaving. They already knew this. The bodyguard spoke about the arguments and stuff that he had with Suge and all of this other stuff. And Suge know he know about this. You know what I'm saying? But this was his cash cow. When they really seen like how the people received Tupac when he came from doing that time and the love that he got and how he sold them records, there's no way they was letting Tupac go. And this is why they call it what? Death Row. You know what I'm saying? If he would have been mid, they wouldn't have cared about it. They'd been like, hey man, we'll holler at you. But he was too clouded. And don't get me wrong, Death Row clouded him up because you got to understand he was dealing with some big dogs over there. Okay, them boys was big, and they were involved in a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? People can talk about all this other stuff. Suge Knight had that boy killed. If you look at the car, go back and look at the car. If you notice, all of the shots were from the back seat door lower through the door on the passenger side. Boom. And then it was one that was going through the windshield on Tupac's side. Nothing was shot towards Suge Knight way. You know what I'm saying? And why would they do that? Because what did Frank Alexander tell you? He said he was going to get in the car with Suge and Pac. Pac told him, no, you ride with Gaddafi and them. You're going to take us home after this over with. Okay. Saved his life for a little bit. They caught up with him eventually, but saved him that night, right? To basically be able to, get his story out there and tell the people what's really going on. So they thought that Tupac was in that car. This is why they told you when they left Suge Knight crib, the police stopped Pac and Suge. Tupac already knew what it was. This is why when that officer that was just on Art of Dialogue, the Las Vegas cop that was on the scene when it happened, he said when Tupac looked at him, he said, what? Fuck you. And all this other stuff because he knew that the police was involved in it because they stopped them. Family, Las Vegas, they gonna stop you for a noise audience? Come on, man. In Vegas? I lived in Vegas at one point in time. Okay. Or I ain't gonna say I lived out there, but I spent a lot of time out in Vegas. So I got people and stuff out there. On the strip, they not tripping about no stuff like that. No music and all this other stuff. So they stopped that car to verify that Tupac was in that car. They had to. And like Frank Alexander said, Reggie Wright is your security. Why you ain't in the car? Because they plan to take out Frank Alexander and Pac at the same time. You see what I'm saying? Because that was one of the guy that they know that he messed with, who he requested. This is why they shot in the back seat, but they went through the door. They didn't shoot through the window. Family, excuse me. I noticed some of y'all may not, you know what I'm saying? Just the people that's just fans that's not in the streets that don't really know what's going on. Whenever you going to do a drive-by, okay, and you finna pull up on somebody and spray, Why not spray up the whole car? Tupac wasn't the only one that was fighting. Suge Knight was there. We see Suge Knight on camera and stuff too. So why wouldn't Orlando tell Keefe D that Suge Knight was involved in that, and we see Suge Knight on camera kicking him? So the question that we got to ask ourselves is, why wouldn't they just spray the whole car up and kill Pac and Suge? We got two ducks right here. Let's just go and get them out the way. Why not? Why not just Swiss cheese the guy? Because it was staged. The target was Tupac. When they was at that light, why didn't Suge Knight pull off? When somebody, if you in a car and somebody starts shooting, your thing is to get down and keep and trying to get out that jam or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Tupac couldn't get out the car because how that door was. That door was messed up. You see what I'm saying? So he couldn't get out that car. He wasn't getting out that car though. So Suge Knight already knew this. The other thing is, Suge Knight lived in Vegas. There was a hospital like 5-10 minutes, probably about 5 minutes up the road from where he was shot at. Suge Knight do a U-turn and go back up through the strip. Where the hell you going? Where you going? Oh, he had to make sure that Pac was bled out and then they're dead. You know what I'm saying? Because he would have told him exactly what happened. And this is why when Tupac was in that hospital, they sent them death row people up there. Hey, did he say anything? Did he talk? Did he this and that? Because they needed to make sure that Pac did not expose what was going on, man. And it's just straight like that. They know what's going on. Suge Knight from Vegas. It was a hospital 5 minutes road. All you had to do is just keep straight. He wasn't trying to say Pac. You know what I'm saying? And there's no telling what type of life insurance policies they had on Pac. You know what I'm saying? They got paid. They ate good off Pac, and Pac died for being too loyal. Okay. And I'm gonna do some on Honeycomb Brazy. Some of these guys are just too real for the industry. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. Okay. Yeah, Suge Knight was all involved in that. He know what's going on, man. He had to do it. He was boxed in. You got to remember that Suge Knight was on papers. This is why they made sure that they killed two birds with one stone. They got Pac out the way, and then they sent Suge Knight up the river. Okay. And Suge Knight couldn't speak on it because he would have to implement himself. So they backdoored him. You know what I'm saying? He know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight know the whole play, how it all went down. And Reggie Wright know it too. He know Tupac didn't mess with him. So now what they're setting out to do is monetize off Pac. What do you think Suge Knight and the collect calls and this and that? They're still trying to monetize off of Pac and get what they can get because the big dogs done took what they done took and they out of there. You know what I'm saying? The lawyers, Hayo, and all the people that they got their stuff up out of there. Okay? And Suge Knight had to pay. So it's just a dirty game, fam. It's just what it is, man. At the end of the day, the death of Tupac Shakur exposes the biggest corruption in LAPD and in the federal government, and it's never going to get solved because in order to solve that case, officers and federal officers, LAPD and federal officers would have to go to jail, and they're not going to jail over Tupac. They want a Tupac out of there, okay? So all they're going to do is continue to monetize off Tupac. Everybody's going to come say all this other stuff, but they didn't say nothing back then when all this stuff was going on. Didn't say none. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people like the Frank Alexanders and all these people that actually spoke and said what they said. And now it's been recorded in time and it can't go nowhere. We got it now. Okay. They could try to scrub the internet, but it's, you know what I'm saying? And they verify what's going on. Why would Reggie Wright tell them not to carry any guns and stuff in Vegas and with protective pocket and all this other stuff? You know what I'm saying? This is why these entertainers, I don't care what the situation is, you could have higher security. If I was in that industry, I'm not trusting nobody with my life. I'm packing my own steel. I don't care if I got felonies, whatever the case may be. You can't trust nobody with your life. Look what happened with Takeoff down here. Look what just happened to Honeycomb Brazy. You can't trust people with your life and your freedom like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect your own self at all costs when it all boils down to it. I'm not putting it's good to have security and do stuff like that. But when you got stuff like this where the best friend of Suge Knight, which is Reggie Wright Jr., his dad is the chief of police. It's all type of corruption that's going on within the LAPD. And Pac knew this. This is why Pac didn't mess with none of them. We hear about the story how he would ditch them because he knew they was the police. He wasn't rocking and stuff like that with them like that. They knew that. That's why he would ditch them. He knew how deep the rabbit hole went, man. And that's why he said nobody wanted to work with Tupac. Tupac didn't want to work with them. He didn't want them in what he had going on because he knew that they were the police. Why would he say that he didn't want them? He said, I don't want them protecting me and doing all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Reggie Wright stuff dissed them. Now Reggie Wright want to sit up here and act like he just, yeah, you know, Tupac, woo, 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 woo. It's nothing more to monetize off the Tupac situation. Okay. Straight like that. You know what I mean? It's just, man, it was just, Pac was just in over his head. He was dealing at the highest, he was dealing at the highest of the highest level of corruption. It gets no higher than that. You know what I'm saying? Remember Freeway. Ricky Ross spoke about how the government was involved with him and all of this other stuff that was going on. You got to understand back during that time period, okay, of the Freeway Ricky Ross and stuff, this was the time where the government was bringing in all of these drugs and stuff into these communities in order to corrupt and mess our people up, right? So in the midst of that, there was people that got rich, like Harry O that was involved in this stuff. The other guy that put the money up for Death Row. These dudes were kingpins, damn near. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of corruption that was going on at that time because the government has to get this stuff in the communities in order to corrupt the people. So they have to deal with people in the neighborhoods and stuff like that in order to get the coke and all of this stuff into the communities. Okay, so there was a lot of corruption that was going on at this time. The thing that was crazy to me about this whole situation was that Suge Knight spoke about Harry O doing some police stuff and trying to set him up or whatever the case may be. We've heard the interviews, okay, that came from his mouth, not mine. Why would you do a deal with a guy? Now, mind you, this David Kenner was Harry O's, that was his attorney, okay? If you know anything about the feds, whenever it comes down to stuff like that, brother, you in the feds already locked up, right? And I believe at the time, I stand to be corrected, Harry O had life and he was trying to get back on appeal. Why would I put myself, and it's just like what Turk was saying about the thing with BG. I don't want to be dealing with the police and stuff like that in regards to street stuff and things that's going on because this is how people get out of jail. You see what I'm saying? When I was in the feds, there was dudes that I was locked up with that had that sack. And a lot of times, some of these guys, there was no plea bargain and let's do this and that because of their status. So they have the money, but their money could not buy them out of jail. So a lot of these guys start to go back to court. Oh, well, you know, I know this guy, woo, woo, woo. There's man family. Oh, excuse me. That coffee working on me this morning. But anyway, there's countless of people who worked all type of moves. The only thing that was going on today, like last year, we saw the year that rat, all these people got exposed. This stuff has been going on for years. It didn't just start happening. It's just now we have the internet in all these places, and now stuff is being exposed because we can get access to people more. But this stuff has been going on. You see what I'm saying? It's been going on. So at the end of the day, fam, this is just what it is, man. It's nothing more than corruption. And it's just, this is it. So Vlad TV did not crack no Tupac case. You know what I'm saying? And all of this stuff they want to take credit for. I just told y'all what happened to Tupac, and it's simple. He was in over his head swimming with killer whales, man. Okay, it's a cutthroat business. And he got the wrong end of the stick, man. And it's just sad, man. And it brings me back to the point where I have another video or another message that I'm getting ready to do talking about these women and, you know, the rape allegations, because had Tupac never been framed for that rape, which is how they do all of our entertainers, okay, our black entertainers that's successful, right? Whenever they going against the system, they go get the little girl that cried rape. And now we know that Tupac did not rape that girl, you know what I'm saying? And had they never put those false charges on him, he probably still be alive today, because if he don't do that, he never had to sign and go out here with death row and all this other stuff. Remember, it was said that he felt like he signed his soul to the devil, trying to get up out that jail, because number one, he know he didn't commit the rape, and he ain't want to be sitting in jail for that stuff, man. This is how corrupt the United States is, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He had to do what he had to do. He did what any other person would have did. You know what I'm saying? If you had the same connections where, stuff like that, you would have did the same exact thing. Nobody wants to be sitting in jail. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we just saw, and I'm gonna do something on this. We just saw they just released the arrest of Playboy Cardi, right? Down in Atlanta. He gets stopped for uh 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 well, what is it? Driving reckless, right? I'm gonna talk about that too. I might do something on that later on today. I mean, it's just a speeding ticket. It ain't like you finna go do life or nothing like that. Man, look how that boy was. He ain't even go to jail for driving. Just speed. He was speeding. You know what I'm saying? Criminal recklessness, whatever they call that. But he didn't even go to jail for driving. So the bottom line is that jail stuff will cause you to do like Tupac did, and he just wanted to get out of jail. You know what I'm saying? He was trapped, man. You know what I mean? And so this is just what it is. Uh Let me put this up here. Ter Man, please forgive me if I'm not saying your name right. Terrentis states, I wonder who paid the 75 for him. Well, the thing you got to understand is that I got to bring it back to your remembrance. Keefe D has been monetizing off of the death of Tupac. He's wrote books. We know he done made money. You know what I'm saying? He got money. You know what I mean? But see, what you got to understand is that what's going on today is that people. Well, you know what? I ain't even finna go there. I'm not even gonna delve into that. But you know. But anyway, he got the money. You know what I'm saying? He got the money. You know what I mean? To get up out of there, and we will be seeing him getting up out of there real soon. He coming home. Okay. But yeah, fam, it's just this whole thing, man, it's sad, man. You know what I mean? And for these people to sit up here and still try to paint a front, and you know what I mean, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that has, you know what I'm saying, that's done the work. And like I said, if I get 1,000 likes on this, I will go through every interview. I will break it down. I got the whole family. Go back and watch the Vlad TV interviews, man. Reggie Wright speaks about how there was a threat on Suge Knight's life, and so they step up and start doing security for him. You know what I'm saying? So Suge Knight knew that he was playing with big dogs. He couldn't just hire any type of security. This is why he went and got the LAPD. So now you got corruption within the LAPD, and you got reindeer games going on with the FBI. You know what I'm saying? So this is just what it is. And like I said, I will go more in depth on it if we get the likes and the views and people want to hear it, and I break this stuff down. But it's simple though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. So let me see here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wanna come in, speak on it. I'm gonna stay live for another couple minutes, and I just dropped the link in the chat. If anybody want to come in, weigh in on it, or whatever the case may be, I'll give you guys a couple minutes. But make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all still hanging around. Share this video. Get this out there to the blogs. Matter of fact, send it to the Art of Dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Send it to them. You know what I mean? Because that interview that he did with that Las Vegas police that was on the scene, he broke everything down. Okay. And it just shows how Suge Knight killed Tupac, man. It's simple as that. That man, because these are things that we like. I didn't even ever know this. This dude Suge Knight hit a U-turn on where he was at. Look where he at. And like I said, I'll go through there and break all this stuff down. But look where Suge Knight was at. He was like about 5 minutes up the road from a hospital. What the hell you hit a U-turn for and go back up the strip and flip the car for? You from Vegas? Ain't no hospitals on the strip. What you going there for? When you got a hospital 5 minutes up the road, it's because he did not want Tupac to get there. He wanted Tupac to bleed out. And there's no telling what was going on in that car when that car flipped. They could have been in there wrestling. Pac could have been like, "Go this way. What you doing? Woo woo woo. Da 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 da." And that's how the car probably flipped on the curb and did all of that stuff. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And then they say, oh, well, Suge Knight was grazed in the head. They said that he was not grazed. That was like a cut from a piece of glass or whatever the case may be. Okay. He ain't do that. Okay. He didn't get shot. You know what I'm saying? That's why they did it at the light. Because if the car would have been moving, it would have been a chance that Suge Knight would have got hit. Look at that picture. Man, Suge Knight, no, man. He like, man, I just hope they don't kill me. Look at it. Look at his face in that last picture with Tupac. And then listen, check this out, fam. This dude, Keefe D, gonna try to tell us that the reason he saw Tupac, they went down here and waited at the club for him. He never showed up. He came back up the strip, and it's like pulling a needle out of a haystack. They saw Tupac on the strip. He was out the window. He was this and that, da 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 da. But that last picture that we see of Tupac, did it look like he was hanging out the window? And that famous photo of him looking like that, did it look like he was hanging out the window and having a good time and let's go knock the you know what I'm saying, the women off, let's go do this and that? I did it, none of that. The guy that was there that said the guy that took that last picture, right? He didn't say nothing about Tupac. He just like, he put up to the light, he seen Tupac and was like, damn, let me get a picture. Nothing about him being out the window and did none of this stuff. So in the last picture of Tupac, no hanging out the window, he didn't look like he was having fun. He looked like he knew something was up. It's simple as that. Jeannie Barford, you might have to go back to the beginning of this and listen. You says, who do you think actually pulled the trigger in Keefe car? She said it wasn't Orlando. Okay, go back and watch the beginning of this alive because I broke it down. But what I'm telling you is that the person that was in that car was police. I don't know if it was and this is all allegedly, right? I don't know if it was the LAPD or if it was the federal government. But what's the guy name? And I ain't got my notes in front of me right now. But the one black guy that was the security, the one that died from heat exhaustion or whatever the case may be, he spoke about how they pulled him off of Tupac. Tupac did, hey man, you ain't, cause see, you gotta peep the game, right? Tupac peeped the game. He know the people that was solid. It was that Frank Alexander and then the other guy. I think his name was Tyrone. Said to be corrected. The black guy that was the firefighter, the one that the woman gave this story about how he passed out in the attic and all this other stuff and died or whatever the case may be. But he spoke about how they pulled him off of Tupac and told him to go down to the club. What was that club? The club that they was at. And he said when he got down there, Reggie Wright was down there. He like, why you ain't with Suge Knight? Why you down here for? He said he was taking care of the business. He said, but he went down there doing that. So everybody needs an alibi. Oh, well, why wasn't you down? Oh, I was down here at the club with this and that. I have to be somewhere for the alibi. Suge Knight has to be in that car. If he's not in that car, he know that it's going to him because he's already had issues with artists from Vanilla Ice and all these other people, Eazy-E. So he know he had to be in that car. He couldn't be nowhere else but in that car. If not, he would have been through booking. This is why when you look at the shots, they didn't air and Swiss cheese that BMW up. Everything was through the door. Everything was low. So whoever was in the back seat would have got shot all up in the side and stuff like that. And the same thing with Pac. He got shot. But then that one, it looks like, and if you look at the car, probably that one that came through the window is probably the one that caught him in the chest that really messed him up. You know what I'm saying? And this is why Suge Knight never pulled off when the shooting happened, because if he did, it was a possibility he would have got killed too. He knew that. That's why he just sat there. Pac probably was telling him, hey, nigga, pull off. What's like, what you doing? Nobody know the last minutes of what happened in that car when Tupac and Suge was in that car. How did he flip that car? Pac and Suge probably was in that motherfucker wrestling, ain't no telling. And he flipped the car. You see what I'm saying? Nobody knows. This is why the officer that was at that scene, he told you Pac last words before he said Pac was dead on the scene. They brought him back to life and made it seem like he was alive. And why would they lie though? Oh, he's gonna be out of there. He'll be all this and that. And then all of a sudden he gone. It's because they knew he was dead when he got there. He was already dead. That's why the officer said he never woke up out of that coma. So for them to say, oh, Tupac woke up out the coma and did this and that and was talking, he never woke up. He never woke up. He was dead on the scene. They made it seem like, see, the magicians, of Egypt. Go watch that. Go watch that. Not Camp Capone. That Art of the Dialogue. Go watch that video with that Las Vegas police. He said Pac was there. He said the last words Pac said was "fuck you" and grab his nuts and die. And he ain't say nothing else after that. And they put him in there. He said he was not talking to no ambulance. So why would Suge Knight lie to the Outlaws and all these other people and say, well, Tupac was in there laughing, hey, sweaty head, this and that, because he was involved. There's no reason to lie and say, man, Pac was doing this, he was good and this and that when he was dead on the scene. The police said he could barely talk. He said him and Suge was arguing, but he couldn't really say nothing. He couldn't really understand what was going on because he was fading out. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Suge Knight know what's going on, man. He was involved. They just backdoored Suge. They backdoored him. He thought he was going to work this move and get Pac out the way, but they backdoored him. And the only clip we see of that Orlando situation, you know what I'm saying? It's Suge Knight. We don't see the initial punch where Tupac swung on this dude. So why did MGM clip that up out of there? Why they clip it? We've never to this day. And if you got the footage, send it to me. I've been all through the internet. I ain't seen nothing. You see what I'm saying? All they show us is where Tupac was all looked like he was riled up, had a whole people behind him, and that's it. And then they just go to the clip, and because they have to show that clip with Suge Knight because they have to lock Suge Knight up. But they never show the initial confrontation where Pac. Listen, if you go look at the video, and I have it, I got a screen recording in case they try to remove it off the internet. But if you look at the camera, right, it's a camera at the MGM that's going this way, going this way, going this way. And if you notice, you will see the camera going this way, and then the clip and it go back this way. And then when it turned back this way, you see like somebody pushing Pac back, and you can see Suge Knight stomping and kicking, whatever the case may be, and that's it. They never show you when they first pulled up on the scene who threw the first punch. We've never saw that to this day. I haven't saw it. So what bone do MGM have in this? Why wouldn't they release the footage? If you're gonna release a piece of the footage, where the rest of the footage at? And why won't the police release it to show it? It's because they know all of these people are involved in this stuff. This is how deep this corruption go on this Tupac case. You know what I'm saying? They just showed that one little clip to show the judge to get Suge Knight locked up and say, well, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with that. That's on you. This is why, family. Why didn't the federal government ever come for Suge Knight? He had a federal gun case, right? They never locked him up for any type of racketeering charges, no RICO charges, when they know that death row was founded on drug money. They know this. Why they never come get him? It's because they're all involved. And as simple as that. Okay. Okay. Now, Torrentis, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. If not, I apologize in advance. I was wondering how Orlando got from the casino to that white car so quick. Family, listen. If you've ever lived in Vegas, and I know some people have been out to Vegas and stuff like that, but I've actually been out in Vegas, moving all through that thing, right? There's no way that man was talking to the police or whatever we saw on the thing. Partner was already gone. You're telling me that these people got all the resources, right? These are big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. These are big dogs, right? You're telling me out of Las Vegas, they done went back to the hotel. They done went to Suge crib. And then they on the way to the club. They claim they went outside the club for him and then come and they came back, went to the liquor store. And this is how they know he's lying. But he's monetizing off of it. And they don't like it because the stories don't add up and people are picking this stuff apart. You see what I'm saying? It's simple as that. That man ain't went down there and out a needle in a haystack. They found Tupac. Oh, there they go right there. Because, he was doing all this with all the women. But the last picture that we saw with Tupac, did it look like he was in a laughing mode? Did it look like he was, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even want to be there. From what the security told us. He was just going there because he had to be there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is what it is, man. All these people can come out and say whatever the case may be. They know what it is. The police killed that man. It was a professional shooter in that car. This is why they shot all down in the car, though. And then you see that one that's coming through the passenger side through the front. And that's probably the one that caught him in the chest that really messed him up, because if he don't catch that, then he probably most likely would have lived if he don't catch that chest shot. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's a sad situation, man. And I say it's a sad situation because that brother had to go through all of that stuff because of a lie about a fake rape that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Jeannie Burfer says, who do you think actually pulled the trigger in Keefe's car? Suge wasn't. Suge said it wasn't Orlando. So what you guys got to understand is that Keefe D was never in that car. Forget that book he wrote and all that other stuff about this and that. That's all theater. Okay. Like the lawyers just told the judge, oh, this was just for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in that car. But they need a fall guy, because if not, it goes back to the people who actually committed the crime. The LAPD and the federal government. Did you hear when, and I got it recorded, when the guy, the black guy, I want to say his name is his name on the tip of my tongue, the security guard that they got out of here. He told us when he was down at that club that he heard somebody come over there. He said it was not part of the security team of Reggie Wright. It was somebody else. Meaning it was somebody else that was coordinating that thing. And he said, what? Somebody said, I got him. And then somebody said, hey, don't talk over the radio. That means the police killed them. And if you look at that car where the shots was at, we know that was the case. Look how the shots was. They were being safe with the shots. They shot right through the doors. They didn't shoot through the windows and do all of that stuff. The only window they did shoot through the windshield of the car, but it was through the passenger side, meaning that Tupac was the target. Why wouldn't they shoot the whole family? Listen what I'm trying to tell you, okay? Without saying too much. When you on those missions and you out that window and you popping that thing, you not being that precise, you gonna spray that whole car up when you pull up. You spraying the whole car up. You ain't just gonna be targeted and shoot all through the. Think about this, family. We pull up. I'm aiming down though. What am I aiming down for when you right here? Should have been number headshots. But they could not take that shot and guarantee not hitting Suge. You see what I'm saying? Because why? He was in on the play. They just backdoored Suge. And if you notice, ever since then, Suge been sitting in jail. And gonna sit in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the penalty for backdooring Pop. You basically switch roles with Harry O. Now you've been sitting in the feds, a jail for basically, you know, since all that stuff happened. Nothing but bad luck has happened to Suge Knight since the death of Tupac. The death of Tupac was the end of death row. And this is how the federal government wanted it. Okay. And Harry O is home. He's out. You know what I'm saying? Now, Wingalo, and if I do apologize if I'm not saying your name correctly, right? He goes on to say, I know more information than this. It's deeper than this. Well, do me a favor. Reach out to me. Email me. You know what I'm saying? Send me, you know, whatever information you got, and I'll do the live. You know what I'm saying? I ain't ducking no wreck over here. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just what it is. When it's time to roll, hey, it's time to roll. But the truth will set us free. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? But I know that this is bigger than some type of, because family, think about it. It don't even make sense. Suge Knight loved Tupac so much that no sliding happened. The Outlaws, they love Pac so much. No slide, no get back. Pac was in a messed up situation, right? The situation happened to him on the West Coast. And I'm not going to say he abandoned the West Coast, but he felt a certain way about that shooting what happened when he happened. So he was just like, forget that. I'm finna crush that stuff. He went to death row and got super clouded. Super clouded. He super clouded up. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, who was going to protect him? This is why, did you hear what Reggie Wright said? He said when Tupac said, let the Outlaws not protect him. He was on his own, basically. He couldn't go to war with death row like that. He didn't have the military like that. We like the music and stuff like that, but he just didn't have it. Suge got police working for him, corrupt police working for him. You can't do nothing with that. These people can get you out the way, mess up evidence, and do all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this is why Suge know they backdoored him. That's why he said, you solve one, you're gonna solve both of them. And if we know that the LAPD was involved in the death of Biggie Smalls, then he just told you who killed Tupac. He just can't never speak on it because he was involved in it. Okay. Y'all gotta remember, family, Suge Knight was on federal papers at the time. Him and Pac was basically on the same platform. You know what I'm saying? He was on federal probation for that gun. So there's no they got all type of stuff over Suge Knight head. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know if it's me versus you, it's gonna always be you. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do, and now he's paying for it. Okay, he lost death row. Okay, a lot of that money is gone. I'm pretty sure he got something stashed somewhere. You know what I mean? But he can't really touch it or mess with it. You know what I'm saying? Because of everything that he got going on. You know what I mean? Reggie Wright spoke about how when there was lawyers, he had to keep changing lawyers because he didn't have the money and all this other stuff. That tells you Suge Knight was the middleman. He was the middleman. You know what I'm saying? He was just the face. You know how you got business owners that open companies and they put somebody's face on it? That's what Suge Knight was. You know what I'm saying? Without them big dogs putting that money up, it wouldn't have been that big, man. It wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? It would have been just any other, you know what I'm saying? But them boys put that money up, man, and it was green light go. Okay. So I know we've gone a little over on this, but hey, man, it's Tupac. You know what I'm saying? We just got to speak on it, man. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? So you could tell all of the dialogues, salute to all those platforms and stuff like that. Tell them they got to go ahead and start a whole new series because now all of this stuff about Keefe D doing this and that, it's a lie. It's cap. Okay. That man is not going to do no time for the death of Tupac Shakur. They're going to keep him held up in court because the government want they cut. You know what I'm saying? Because they know he didn't pull that trigger. He's just the fall guy. He's the guy on paper that said, oh, I was in the car. We did this and that. They interviewed Orlando. Orlando told you. He was like, man, I was a fan of Pac. He said, I'm being used as a scapegoat. He knew what it was. He told you in the interview. Man, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The man, listen, riddle me this, family. Riddle me this, and I'm getting ready to wrap this up. So you're telling me we have Suge Knight on camera stumping Orlando Anderson with Pac and all of these people, right? It was so serious that they took Tupac's life, according to the story that they're peddling. But the same man that got beat up and was supposedly in the car that took the shot was the same man that came to court on behalf of Suge Knight and said, well, no, he, you know what I'm saying? He didn't this and that or whatever, but he was already on tape. So he came to court in Suge Knight's behalf. So if this man could come to court on Suge Knight's behalf, why they couldn't call Suge Knight and get all this stuff scheduled? Settled out. Why did he have to kill Tupac? If this is the story, if I don't like you enough, I'm finna take you out for that. Why would I come to court for you? It don't make any sense. And like Orlando told you, he was this escape guy, and they eventually got him up out of there. Okay, allegedly. Okay. A lot of people lost their lives behind that Tupac situation, not because, they were sliding, these was the ops. It's because they knew information on it. Why did all these security people, these security guards lose their lives? Why did all of these people get muted and all of this stuff? If it's just a rinky dinky hood shooting, who cares? These are the people that shot him, sent him to jail. People get killed in drive-bys all day. There's never no, let's get the security out of here. It's so serious that I don't want to say prominent people, but people that's in government and law enforcement lost their life behind that. Behind some gangbangers? What are they protecting gangbangers for? Who cares about Keefe D in Orlando if they actually did a shooting? Why did all these high people lose their life? You had police officers that got killed doing the investigation and stuff on this case. Why are they covering up all of this stuff for some rinky dinky gang members? It's not that serious. So if y'all want to keep listening to the lies and listening to all these people come, and I get it, they got to monetize off the name of Tupac. But if we want to keep sitting down listening to these stories, I just gave it to you. I just gave it to you. This is what happened. Okay. In so many words, they got that boy up out of here, man. And it's just sad. Pac was just seeing over his head, swimming with them orcas, man. And it's vicious at the top. And this is why all the people that want to be in this industry, y'all better pay attention and take notes. Honeycomb Brazy learning and finding out the hard way how snaky the game is. And I'm going to do something on that because I feel people like Honeycomb Brazy because it's people like him that's just too real for the industry, man. And you're dealing with cutthroats. Rat a lot, okay? Rat a lot records. And y'all stay tuned because I'm finna get back on Jay Prince now because it's crazy how there's nothing but negativity around Jay Prince's name. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. There's been nothing but yes, he has squashed beefs and did things like that. But you got to understand. Look at the people that he tied in with. You know what I'm saying? But there's been nothing good about Jay Prince in regards to the artists and people that have been on Rap a Lot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned. 2024, we back on their ass straight like that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay safe. I appreciate y'all tuning in today and tomorrow. I'm coming back at y'all with another bang. And I'm signing off here on Israelite Talk TV.